Hey everybody, I have a great one for you all today. It is a list of small business grants that you can apply for right now. If you don't know what a grant is, it is debt-free money that you can use to grow your business. And for the most part, you have the flexibility to spend this grant money on what area you see in your business that needs the most support. There's only a few cases where you need to spend the grant money on a specific purchase. I want you to know when I first got started with grants, it did feel overwhelming. But as I applied to more grants and reviewed the grant application so that I can share it with you all, it got a lot easier. And so the number one suggestion I would give, take a moment to breathe and collect all the documents before you dive into a grant application. And so to give yourself the best chance of success, I'm going to quickly walk through 4 steps most business owners want to take before applying to a grant. The first step is developing a growth mindset. It's important to set the tone from the very beginning that you are worthy of this grant and that your story and your mission is worth investing in. And then we have the second step, and that's forming an LLC. I know this can be a pretty costly step, and I know that when it comes to business formation, the prices can add up, but this is a crucial step that clearly separates you from all the other grant applicants. And so you do want to go into a grant application with a business entity that has been formed with your state. And then for step 3, you do want to open up a business bank account. And personally, I would recommend to business owners that are looking for funding, Bluevine. And so Bluevine offers lines of credit, has a business credit card, and has relationships with business lenders and the SBA. So if you were looking for a large loan, Bluevine would be able to connect you with their partners. And then for the 4th step, I would recommend you downloading the business grant checklist. And so I personally created this checklist to be your guide as you walk through the grant application process. And so if you're worried you'll miss a step or you don't know the steps to take, the business grant checklist is free and a very helpful resource that will guide you through the process. And so the grants on this list are amazing. I want you to know that some of these grants I haven't heard anywhere else and are worth getting your business and your mind together so that you can go out and get this money. And so we got a $5,000 grant, $20,000 grant, $25,000 grant, and a $100,000 opportunity on this list. And so I don't want you to miss out on all the money that is on the table and is waiting for you. And so the first grant that I want to tell you about is the Empower Her grant. This is a $20,000 grant that is for female entrepreneurs that are going into their communities and making a huge impact. And so in order to qualify for this grant, the female founder does need to have a registered business, be over the age of 22, have a clear social impact, run a business that is less than 3 years old, and their business must address a key issue in at least one of these 3 categories. I left it right here on the screen so you can take a picture of it, but your business needs to address one of these 3 categories in order to be eligible to apply to this grant. And so you have until February 15th at 11 p.m. to submit your grant application for the Empower Her grant. Moving on to the next grant, we have the Veteran Woman Grant, sponsored by Texas Women's University. And so their goal with this grant is to empower women-owned businesses that are run by veterans in Texas. And so if you are a veteran, you are a woman, and you have a business based in Texas, you have to apply to this grant, as these are the grants that don't have much competition because the eligibility requirements are so specific. So if you qualify for this grant, you have to apply. I would be very, very sad if you didn't. And so when it comes to the Veteran Women's Grant, you can spend the funds on marketing, buying office equipment or furniture, or purchasing a point of sale system to make business run more smoothly. And so you do have some requirements when it comes to how you can spend the money. You just want to make sure you don't spend the grant funds on personal bills or on any salary or wages going to the contractors or employees that work within the business. Next, we have the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator. And so through this accelerator program, you can get $100,000. And so this wonderful accelerator is sponsored by Generator. Generator is a well-known company that supports startups. And so if you are a startup company that is a female founder or founder of color, this is a great opportunity to get a huge cash injection into your business. And so I want you to take a second real quick and think about what you could do with $100,000. If you do have a clear idea of how you would spend this money, then this is a great opportunity for you. In exchange for the $100,000, you do have to give up 5% equity in your business. In order to picture what this looks like, I want you to imagine 100 pennies. And so so you initially do own all 100 of these pennies, but to get the $100,000, you will have to give 5 of the pennies away. And so the 95 pennies left represents the percent equity that you have in your business. And I personally would say for $100,000, I would be willing to give up 5% equity in my business. But that is a decision that you will have to make for your own business. And so the next grant that I want to tell you about is the Black History Makers Grant. And so this grant has been sponsored for 5 years straight by Citi Trends. If you haven't heard of Citi Trends, they are a very fashionable and affordable apparel business. And so they are sponsoring 10 $5,000 grants to Black entrepreneurs to celebrate Black History Month. And so if you did not know, February is Black History Month, and it's the month for Black people to celebrate their history and their culture. And so Citi Trends is all about that celebration, and has $50,000 for Black entrepreneurs. And so if you're Black and own a business, I want to hear directly from you, letting me know that you have applied to this grant. And so you have until February 28th to get this grant application in. And so there are no excuses, as this grant is completely free and requires no money on your part to have an opportunity to walk away with $5,000. Next, we have the Kohl's Supplier Diversity Program. And so Kohl's has been running this program for many years, as they are very committed to DEI, or diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I know we've heard a lot about DEI in the news, but there are certain companies like Kohl's that stand up and recognize that there are benefits to supporting minorities, especially our minority business owners. And so within this program, I do believe they are going to give away grants, but at the very least, you will get 12 weeks of mentorship, coaching, and training that will no doubt help you grow your business. In addition to being a diverse supplier, you will need a diverse certification as well. If you're new to certifications, let me know in the comments below, and if it's enough of you all, I will create a video about it. But you will need to have your diverse certifications, your business ID, as well as your formation paperwork to submit to Kohl's in order to be considered for this program. And then lastly, we have the Lenovo grant. This is a $25,000 grant that's available to small business owners. And so when it comes to the Lenovo grant, there aren't too many eligibility requirements, as they have opened it up to most business owners. One thing to note is that you do need to be a small business, which means that your business makes less than $7.5 million and has less than 75 employees. And so if you are a small business and you are looking for funding for your business, Lenovo $25,000 grant is a great grant opportunity. And if you're interested, I have a dedicated video where I go into more detail. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever about any of these grants. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Make sure to check out this video right here so that you can correctly set up your LLC.